This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heartmans. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life, better personal life.
We are here with Bwana Benjamin Zulu, and as I told you earlier, I told you yesterday that today we're going to be talking about the habits of highly functioning couples, and Bwana Benjamin is here this morning. And remember, all this that I'm talking about here is just a build-up of what Benjamin has done in his book, all right? Yes, toxic relationships, okay? Toxic people, be it at work, be it in your marriage, be it in your relationships. How do you deal with them? And that is exactly the tips that Benjamin Zulu is giving you in his copy, a book that he has written, my dear listener. I hope that you've gotten a copy. If you haven't gotten a copy, why don't you get in touch with Benjamin, by the way? Check him out on Facebook, Benjamin Zulu Global. Just inbox him and you're gonna get a reply on how you're going to get that copy, among other sets of books, by the way, because this guy is a genius and is ready to offer you help and to journey so that you can become that person you ought to become. Good morning, Bwana Benjamin.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for showing up.
And thank you for bringing a healthy topic.
Yes.
Morning radio shows are against relationships and family. They glorify infidelity.
Unfortunately.
They use it to convince how they are cheating and the partner has no clue.
Yes.
And it is touted like heroism.
Unfortunately.
Let me tell anybody listening that if you succeed to cheat on a faithful person, you've only succeeded to cheat against yourself. To cheat yourself out of true loyalty, to cheat yourself out of the only person who supported you. And when the one good person leaves, they leave a curse. No other good person will ever trust you. Be careful, Brahma.
Yeah.
Before you pray for a good girl, prepare that you're also asking for a curse. Once you betray a good person,
yes,
that record works against you. You'll have to go to many rounds to convince another good person that they are safe with you.
Yeah, true. That is true.
Good people know whatever the other one suffered, I'll suffer the same.
Yeah.
The only way, if you want to change your marriage and now you don't want this person, pray they die sooner.
Pray that.
Today we are discussing how happy couples get there.
Yeah.
Announcement number one, we have touted wedding. We have touted the choice of a partner. We have so much shouted about that day when you find the one. So finding the one, getting married, and then the wonderful, the maids, the colors, the flair, the songs. That is what you hear most. When we discuss marriage, our songs are about choosing a beautiful girl, choosing a good guy, the guy who has money. So it is made to look like getting married is the end goal.
Yeah.
It's not. That's only the registration table.
Only the registration table.
That's the entry point.
Yeah.
The whole work is on the journey. Today we are discussing the journey. Happiness is not natural. This world does not support happiness. You must build it yourself.
Yeah.
Happiness and story buildings have to be put up, supported, calculated, done, built slowly. Happiness is a building. Doesn't build itself.
All right.
Doesn't build itself.
Yes.
It's a building. It's a thing you dig deep to find solid rock,
Yes.
to put it on.
Yeah.
Then you build a rock at a time. Then you climb up. You calculate against the wind resistance. There's a lot of hatred of wind resistance. The natural elements don't want you to stick together. It is so scary that even the maid you bring.
Yeah. Does it want to stay together?
And you don't say all of them are bad. We are saying any outsider.
Yeah.
Starting with your own family, your dear family, whom you have grown with. Sometimes it feels so painful to leave the people you have known, who you have fought battle together.
Yeah.
And the one who created marriage told you have to leave.
To cleave.
So that now you can cleave to the next. It can feel very painful when your mother has been your dear confidant.
Yeah.
The one you prayed with, believed together, planned, and you built all this life. And now you are being asked to politely
leave.
She will still be your mother, but she will no longer play that role of a confidant.
Yeah.
Men, you cannot have a happy marriage when your mother is your confidant.
Okay.
It's not possible. Women, you cannot be calling your mother 4 times a day and your marriage works.
All right.
You have to leave. Stop cleaving to your mother.
Yeah.
Your husband should call you anytime and get you. Not phone busy every time. Phone busy. Because you're busy with your dad.
Yeah.
The healthy calling rate for a parent once you get married should not exceed 3 times a week.
All right. 3 times
Yes.
a week.
If they are unwell, 3 times a week.
Okay.
If they're in hospital, you can call whoever is with them. You can visit yourself. If we are dealing with a situation.
Yeah.
But a normal kind of checking on each other. Bramwell, once you talk with your mom on Sunday evening, how was your day? We too came from church. I don't expect tomorrow Monday you're on the call again. What are you checking? What are you checking? If it was coffee, the chama money, you sent the 500,000 that day.
Yes.
So what are you talking about on Monday? So you're updating gossip. People talk too frequently gossiping.
Okay.
I'll give you only 3 habits of happy couples.
Yeah.
And the first habit is that they have low autoimmune conditions.
Low autoimmune condition.
I'm using medical language. Autoimmune is when you don't have a virus or bacteria.
Yes.
It's your own immunity system that is mistaking your own system as a threat.
Yes.
In fact, they are so difficult to handle because your body is misinterpreting itself. Healthy couples don't misinterpret themselves.
All right.
They don't perceive the other as a threat.
Okay.
They don't launch to attack each other. They don't look how they can put you down. Now, the internal resistance is so difficult to deal with because there's no demon your pastor can exorcise. You know, we're used to running to our helpers when our marriage is struggling because there's a hateful uncle or auntie who keeps throwing egos big to our compound and the skeleton of a frog.
Yes.
And now some exorcist can actually assist you to exorcise the wizard and the demons. If it is an intrusive sister-in-law, somebody can tell her off to stay away. If it is a person you had employed who is trying to pass gossip between the two of you, you can fire them.
Yeah.
But now, when it is you who is perceiving my success as a threat, who is misinterpreting my intentions, who is acting so insecure, who is suspecting me, accusing me falsely, when it is between the two of you, no outsider can help you.
Yeah.
And iron is so powerful, no other metal can break it except itself.
Yeah.
When it begins to rust and eat itself up. A friend who works in metalwork told me when they do iron gates, they put 2 undercoats, 2 anti-rust layers of paint. And he told me, even if you don't have money for paint, the paint itself, the one that makes it beautiful, we advise you just buy the undercoat, 2 layers, and now you can take 2 years before you can, because the real paint is more expensive than the undercoat, but the undercoat is what ensures durability against weather, elements, rusting. It's not beautiful, but it's durable. It doesn't bring you the flair, but it gives you the longevity. If you don't have internal longevity resistance against your own rusting, no point getting married.
Powerful.
Don't marry a person who somehow is uncomfortable with you advancing to masters, asking for the managerial job, with you dreaming and lacking for that NGO, starting that business, this kind of money, talking about this kind of language, thinking about that kind of car. And I told you to always draw your most beautiful dreams in front of the girl you are considering. This is not a place to feature a game. You're doing an interview for the top CEO of your life. You better cast the vision and see whether she can carry it, whether she believes it.
Yeah.
Mention figures that you're also scared of. I told you I used to mention billions. I've never seen a million anyway. Now, you have not seen a million, but you're trying to figure out 1,000 million. I imagine the highest aim.
Yeah.
And then I cast it to see whether she will be at peace or she will resist it. Because the moment she fights it, your wife does not need to be powerful to bring you down. Her position is so vulnerable.
Yeah.
She can make you slow punch out by saying nothing. Be careful.
Yeah.
Your woman can disturb your peace until you can't run a show by one word text.
Yeah.
One word. Passive aggressive. It's not even outwardly threatening. Nobody can see what you're seeing. Passive aggressive.
Yeah.
But you're deflated. You write a long text, she replies with one word. Okay, with a full stop. Okay with that?
A full stop. And you've written a paragraph.
And that's all. You can't do the show.
Yeah.
And you call, she doesn't pick. My friend, your wife, the position you're bringing her in is your heartbeat.
Yeah.
Couples who have longevity put a lot of effort to understand each other. There's a compliment your partner needs more than I love you.
Okay.
There's a bigger compliment called I understand you. Try more to understand than to ride on feelings.
Yeah.
Even when you don't agree with me, but you understand me, I feel validated. Happy couples, because of the way they try to minimize resistance. First, they don't raise voice at each other. Even if by the time they got married, they were transferring the method of their parents of shouting and all that. They outgrow it. They don't quarrel.
Yeah.
Anytime they realize their voice is going up, they lift both hands and say, hey, okay. They calm themselves. Let me talk to you in 30 minutes. And if it is a thing that needs to be decided now, they can text on WhatsApp and all that.
Yeah.
They know a raised voice brings tension.
Yeah.
And it means you're not listening, you're just attacking. You're putting me down. And more so, the man knows how to play the leader. Listen to what the lady says, and because the situation is as it is, he can make decisions and have a veto power.
Yeah.
So man, you have a veto power. When you can't find consensus, I assume the risk. Obama consulted people what to do with Osama, that the criminal they were dealing with.
Yeah.
And after he listened, he went into his Oval Office
to take the risk.
When I finally decide, even against what my wife would have advised, if it backfires, I'll still handle the consequence.
Yeah.
The buck stops with the leader. Good. At some point, somebody must take the leadership. So sometimes the things we are disagreeing upon, if we can't find consensus, I assume the responsibility.
Yeah.
Many of the things I've delegated, the ones that belong to our office. Remember, she's the manager of the home. On a day-to-day, the things that are being done. And there are places where she's more gifted.
Yeah.
Don't argue when she's more gifted. Another place, we have to collaborate. What do you think? Me too. What do you think? Me too. And primarily, you need to be reachable to your wife even when you're on air. Right. The critical point of the decision for your family will not respect your schedules.
Yeah.
Please listen to this. I know you value your job and it's all you've known. And you have this impeccable reputation that if you want an audit, if you want a client to be satisfied, send Brahma. He's our best striker. Many single people, like the type of Brahma, their companies swear by them. They have given their job their all. Your colleagues have families. Yes. They have to stick by the clock. They have to pick a kid from school. Who are you picking? Senior spinsters and senior bachelors all over the world are the best workers. They're the best. They can be sent to Hawaii tomorrow. Your director can actually email you, say, I've sent you the air ticket, I've sent everything, tomorrow you'll be sending us as Johannesburg, and that's all. Johannesburg. You can't do that to a family person. Yes. So by the time you're getting married, you have been the Ronaldo. And now something else has come that is supposed to take first priority. The decision about whether to take your kid to school A or school B needs to be made at 10, 12 a.m. at the same time when you're on air. Usually you've been switching off your phone and telling people they can as well sort their life.
Yes. I'm busy.
Let me tell you, I've seen the transition troubling people.
Yeah.
Especially hard-working type like us, who it was a career that was our everything. When family comes, you tend to continue the same energy.
Yeah.
You tend to continue the same vibe of vibrating forward and single-minded. Brahma, honestly, I can't talk to my wife 8 and the next time you're talking is 1. Too much has happened.
Yeah.
Too much has happened.
That is true.
Even if it's not the schedule, I need to be checking whether she has texted, whether it's a decision she's making.
Yeah.
She just sends 2 photos of either to choose which, and you're the one who knows which one will suit where. Just reply saying this. You have saved both of you a lot of inconvenience and money. So and so and come, they're asking for their payment, and you updated that they have not finished their work. Should I pay? If you don't respond, and the guy is standing there waiting for his, she will be forced to pay, and you lose. The guy was paid when you had the information that he has not finished his work yet. If you are not reachable as couple to each other, things fall apart.
Okay.
The first thing you hear with all couples that function is that they are reachable to each other around the clock, somehow. Even when they're in a job that they have entered theater, the secretary who handles the phone has the authority to sneak in and say, so-and-so was calling.
Yeah.
And they know that me and that person are one. This job, if I fell sick, they would wish me well and send me a few cards.
Yeah. Quick recoveries.
While they're also trying to recover from my absence. It is my family that will be by my bed.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a funny thing. You may think you're impressing your bosses when you appear like your job is your everything. You may think now you're winning their favor. But they also know you are a very unstable human being. If you find a better employer who is sending you to Cape Town, you will go tomorrow. You think you're impressing them, and you're showing them how unstable in your life you are.
You are.
Family people are reliable because they need to work and they can't move their family to Lokichogio tomorrow.
Yeah.
Single people, even as tenants, they're dangerous. They live with only a mattress and a paper bag, and tomorrow they can vanish. In fact, there are many places they don't deal with single people.
Yes.
They're very unstable. Yeah. They're coming home at odd hours. They're playing weird music. You don't know where to find them. You don't know their schedule. You don't know where they are. Even running after them to pay you rent is difficult. He can sleep at his friends. And we only saw him yesterday and he vanished again. Now, is he still here? No, he's gone. A funny padlock. Family people have a stability that keeps companies going. Much as single people become the best errand people, the errand boy to run all over the country. Yeah. And they are happy to take the trips and they tour the world. And they see new people there and try to check whether they can knit it, all that. They only serve good there. But we also know, if they see greener pastures where they have gone, they will not come back.
They will not come back.
A family person can't make those kind of whimsical decisions.
Yeah.
Their kids are around school. They have organized their life in that locality of that job. For them to change job is a whole migration. Their partner, where they work, or where the house is, the schools kids go to, the church they're used to, the supermarket, the play field. Family people have 10 things going on parallel. That's why they are consistent at their work.
I now know.
So don't get too flattered by acting like you are the masses. Wow. No. Happy couples try to minimize internal misunderstandings and build harmony. And I learn to trust your decisions, even if they lead to a mistake. We learn together.
Yeah.
For example, you're in charge of design of our home and the colors and all that. The color you pick, although you also ask for my opinions, but you're better off.
Yeah.
Sometimes you make a mistake and what you decide does not rhyme with what we hear. We have to go back to the shop. I know that mistake is way less compared to what I would have done if I was the one in charge. And I've learned to trust you that way.
Yeah.
We don't exchange blame, we learn together. Happy couples focus so much on understanding the partner, including them, exchanging. They don't talk about, oh, we have difficulty in communication. How can you have difficulty in communication and yet you are doing everything together minute by minute?
You are a team.
Yes. In fact, you become colleague workers in your business. You become co-parents in your children. You become co-operators around. You have so many. We found ourselves creating different WhatsApp groups. Okay, you don't have just one phone, you have two phones. Me too, I have two. And we needed one platform to communicate around that particular thing we are doing. And we need to separate the communications. There are so many. If it is one strand, some are disappearing there. So we have this one, we are communicating around things. We have another one. So how can you say communication? We have 5 different parameters we are communicating about. Our romantic strand, our relationship, how we are growing as friends, how we are teasing, playing is only one. Now it has many others around the performance of our children. How we were cross-checking what they gotten last time. This was the score sheet last time. This is what happened. The teacher said this, and this is school feedback. And that strand needs consistency. So you have a group around it. You have another strand around the plot you are looking for. Which one we had seen? When you compare, which one do you think? What is the advantage? What is the price? Okay, I'm replying to this one. That one needs another one. You have another one of the business you are setting up. These are couples who last, who are happy, consciously try to understand each other, to work as a team, and to remember their relationship is the first priority in this life, not their job, not the boy club. And they don't give quality time to beer and meet with friends. They give quality time to each other. You can tell me you love your wife, but I don't hear you. I just watch you. Where do you go when you're free time? Who do you give those spare hours?
All right.
You can't tell me you love your wife so much, and when you have free time, you're out there with the boys every time. We are not saying you can't go out with friends, but who is the priority? Who are you frequenting? Who is your automatic? Because before you got married, that was your lifestyle. Are you changing lifestyle now? I liked it when one guy said even when they can't be together physically, they just put a video call. So he's just at his office and he's on video call. She's at her office, video call to keep touch because she was in another continent. And they just missed each other that way. They give each other strength to perform, to deliver, and all that creatively, keeping each other included. This is not about enmeshment, control, and all that. It's how well we have spaces for work. We have a 2 or 3 hours of you go deliver, do this, then we catch up. What has happened so far? I've done this, I've accomplished this. That's how the world does not find their way in between you. The second element of happy couples. Remember, again, happiness is not natural. If you leave things by themselves, they wind down. Things don't wind up, they wind down. The gravity that pulls things down, there's an evil force, so to speak, oppositional force, so to speak, that tends to breed misunderstandings, suspicions, disconnect. It does not support you becoming closer. Naturally, you have to work to remain closer. In this sense, happy couples who last long, they practice the risky business of trusting, believing that a person is doing the right thing when you have no way of proving is difficult.
It's difficult. That is true.
You may not have had anywhere to practice it until now. Many people are very unreliable parents. Parents who cheated, betrayed, absconded, left. They have never seen anybody being relied on and performing. That's why girls are arriving here being so masculine, having been made to so tough, so self-contained. Men are come here so afraid of women. They say women can't be trusted. They come. The urges and the social stage says get married. His emotions are hard to say you can't trust women. What is the result? His experience, his memories, all his recollections say, my friend, you can't trust women. All his brothers were ruined by women. His mother was ruined. His father was ruined by his trust. But the time has come. He has a career. Everybody is saying now settle. Even him, he feels like he should settle. But there's a conflict inside. Can I trust? Happy couples will tell you funny things that you don't hear being said out here. when you talk to them individually, personally, you hear them dropping clues like, I had to learn how to trust my own judgment, that I have chosen the right woman and I will rest. I'll sleep even when she's out there. When she tells me I'll take her at her word. There's a couple group we have, and I watch the most wonderful love stories. I want you to join happy couples so that at least they can show you illustration of a good story.
Yeah. Illustrations of good stories.
Please. You're covering too many bad stories. You need detox.
I like that. I need detox.
Every now and then, our society is broadcasting horrible tales of betrayal, killings, and mistrust, and cheating, that every one of us, I hope, somewhere in your personal life, because success stories are not hyped.
Yeah.
You go get one yourself.
Yeah.
Watch guys who are simply doing life as friends, sincere lovers, accommodating each other, doing things together. And when you meet, you're not meeting to solve cases. Many times when you meet couples, they're coming to report each other to you. You need a place where you're meeting, just spend time as friends, and there's no tension between them. You see the playfulness, the trust. When you interview, what is the secret, you guys? What is they'll tell you know what? Where I grew up, I did not have infrastructure. I saw serial cheating, and I did not have a basis, a reference point for trusting. I had to learn myself, and it is very uncomfortable. You feel like checking her phone, feel like tracking. You see your friends. You see, I even changed my group of friends, my friend group, to go to people who actually advocate for trust and faithfulness. You hear the girl saying, it was tough at first, resting with what I don't know. That was trusting means. Being at rest when you don't know. And one of them said, I had to actually go to that personal space of actually putting timers on myself. That because I had this natural tendency to call him to know where he is, who he's talking to, and have that disturbance. I put timers. I said, for the next 2 hours, I'm not calling, I'm focusing on work. Then after the 2 hours, I'm just texting, hey, I'm doing well, I hope you too. He himself even. And we developed a rhythm. And today, even when my feelings are opposite, I've learned to operate with rationally knowing I need to put healthy breaks, let him do his thing. I don't have to cross-check everything, and I don't have to live afraid. Over time, the anxiety disappeared. She said it was a genuine anxiety. Whenever I found myself resting, the voices would come. You fool, you are sitting here when another one is getting into your marriage. And she said a weird thing. She said, I did not think I was inspecting him. I thought I was protecting my marriage against the world.
All right.
She said, I did not understand why you guys were accusing us of tracking our husbands. The belief was, this world hates marriage, and they're running after my husband. When I am calling incessantly, I'm helping him to chase her away. She kept, and then she said, I came to understand later. I was implying that he's incapable of keeping out the world by himself. It was that implication that is insulting. Now I know I can trust him. And when he mentions names of women in his conversations, I don't have to flare up. There before, any name of a woman around him was a red sign. Because I had seen my mother trust, and she was betrayed. Now I was struggling to see that my man is different, because my mother's language became all men are the same. So if you grow hearing all men are the same, and the man you saw here cheated, lied, looking composed here, and he's doing mischief, he's hiding phones. Let me tell you, trusting, resting, in returning and rest you shall be saved, Isaiah 30:15, in quietness and confidence. In quietness and confidence. In returning and rest shall you be saved. When you look at what God is emphasizing, quietness and confidence comes from being sure. I can trust you, I can take the risk. Is it possible for you to cheat? Yes. But if you cheat, I'll get to know it yet. I'll still see the signs. But until I see the signs, I'll rest. Another one said they actually downloaded the faith they apply on God to their partner. They did not have anybody in the world to copy the trust from.
Yeah.
If you have a trustworthy parents who have been friends, they have given you a gift many of us can only dream of. You have a reference point for trust.
Yeah.
Many of us have no trust. In fact, we are getting it from unusual places like heaven. Can you imagine?
Look at that.
Somebody has to use a reference point that is otherworldly.
Heaven.
In order to trust my husband, I just have to imagine the way I trust God. Now you risk being held at the same standard as God. Because this tells you not to neglect the background of the people you're marrying.
Exactly.
This generation says, don't judge, don't judge. You have to evaluate.
Yeah. Background check.
Yes. Bramwell, if I find that you grew up under a single parent and I'm marrying you, I'll not be condemning you or looking down upon you because of a single parent. I'll congratulate the parent for working single-handedly to make you who you are today.
Exactly.
I will look at the positive first. Next, I'll look at the risks.
Okay.
I will not stop there. While complimenting the positive, I'll also examine the negative.
Yeah.
I'll ask you pointed questions. What do you think growing without a father does to a child? Let me tell you, it's a struggle, man. You have to pity your parents. You don't voice all your needs lest you overburden them. You see how they're also struggling, man. You even look away when you see them trying love relationships and they don't work, man. You learn to accommodate a lot of things, man. And you don't ask those questions. Sometimes you want to meet your dad. You may tell me the struggles of growing with a single parent.
Yeah.
And there's many times you just had to suppress too many of your requests lest you stress them. You know, and when you see them doing the best they can, so you learn to really push under your carpet a lot of your needs. Because you know this person is alone. Sometimes they even get frustrated. You guys don't even appreciate how I'm struggling alone. And your father left you. Even you don't.
That is true.
When you see them getting frustrated, you call back.
Yeah.
You hope they discern your needs. You drop the fee structure there quietly. You don't mention the other things like the trip, the thing like the money for the shoes. You avoid other something because they are alone.
Yeah.
They are burdened. Oh, so you learned to actually downplay your needs lest you burden the one who's doing the work of two people.
Yeah.
At what point will you unlearn that? Because unexpressed needs might become resentment.
Yeah.
You'll expect me also to mind read your needs.
Yes.
You are conditioned by the atmosphere to be silent about a lot of your things that are authentically important to you.
Yeah.
Authentically important. Like being complimented. If she tells you, my mother would come home too tired, she has no business to greet people. Frustrated by the struggles she has to deal with, all the bills are coming to her. She has to borrow here, borrow there, pay here. And you dare not stress her. You will pay for all those frustrations. So we walked on eggshells because our mom was always on the edge. On the edge. Sometimes she would take an alcohol, a wine here, and you can't question because you know this woman needs anesthesia. So it is registered in me that what some of the ways to manage stress is a bottle.
Yes. Anesthesia.
To numb the pain. You call it alcohol, I call it anesthesia. Stress reliever, painkiller. And when on weekends mom would come towards the wee hours of dawn, we would just open the gate quietly and didn't ask questions. I'm not saying all single mothers conduct themselves that way. There's no universal lifestyle for single parents.
Yeah.
I'm just using some of the cases I've met.
Yeah.
Others will tell you my mother was so super powerful you could see her weakness. Even one.
Yeah.
One of them told me, how do stressed people look like? I've never seen my mother stressed. Why do people complain that they need a man? My mother never needed anybody. Should pay the fees for a whole year and give you enough pocket money to manage. She taught me to manage money by giving me money for the next 6 months. So your pocket money is 2,000 per month. Here is 12,000 for the next half a year. Manage. She told me I'm so frugal with money because I'll be giving pocket money for 6 months
to manage.
And then after 6 months,
Yes.
she will not call. You hear the bank notification, 12,000 credited. And mom will never comment.
Yeah.
You understand that is for the next 6 months. My mom is out there running errands and she has arranged her life. You know where to pick clothes? Go pick, send her the pay bill.
Yeah.
The shopkeepers knew. When I show up, I just do my shopping
Yes.
and sign the bill and go. I never bothered. So what do these people call struggling? So you may meet a son of a super single mother.
Yeah.
And single fathers have that habit. And I know I'm a potential for that.
Okay.
Fathers want to delegate the work to you. They don't want details. Do the logistics. I make the payment. That's how team works.
In a straight line.
Be true on your side. The logistics. Give me what is needed.
Yes.
I can't stress over the money and also stress over the logistics. How you travel, go to the shop. Get a border, see how it pays. Do this and that. Tell me the total. So single fathers also drive on to you. Self-management.
Yeah.
They don't want to manage your room.
Self-managed.
If you meet a boy who grew up with a father who was super responsible, that boy is super permissive. He doesn't want to inspect you.
Yeah.
The father never had time to inspect people. He has too many things to run. In fact, he will give you a driver and you know what to do. To get yourself from home to school. Through the shop for the shopping, through the shoe shop, through the bank to pay the fees.
Yes.
You and the driver, you should use your common sense. He's in a different time zone now. He's in Canada. He's 8 hours behind you. He's at night there. Today is your day for school. He communicated yesterday and gave you the ATM pin. That's all. You shall talk next time. The only time you call him, he asks, is there a problem? Because the way we arranged things, they should be working. The first kuna shida.
That is a hello for him. Kuna shida.
Because he had to step out of meeting. Why are you interrupting him doing his part? You should be doing your part.
Yes.
If you also find a child who grew up under super responsible single parent, you have a difficulty teaching them teamwork.
Okay.
They don't know how to leave anything undone. For who? They have to do everything. So you learn to ask. Some of them will tell you, I learned to trust because I saw my parent cover the ground single-handedly.
Yeah.
One of them said, my mother would change the bulbs, cut the grass in the front yard, or argue with a fundi who was supposed to do it. To square with them. You couldn't call my mother. Even if she's new to that kind of vehicle, she will ask one mechanic and the other one to hear whether there's congruence. She consults that to hear the figure with this one. And because you want the business, you contradict each other. And she will know who is lying. She said, today I don't fear new industry. When I'm building a house and I'm new there, I know the traders, you divide and rule. Ask several hardwares. One of them will be honest. To know the range.
Yes.
And she said, the training I received when I got married and I needed to include a person in my life, and for once now I needed to do something my mother never showed. And I sent her on a homework that she did not expect, because her mother was a super powerful, self-contained, high-riding, high-powered CEO. She has such a reputation. When you mention her name, everybody responds. You know those kind of people?
Yes.
Who have such a reputation. When you just mention and you associated, everybody changes how they take you. They salute. Where kijana? Or what do you want? I'm here to see Josephine. Oh, Josephine, sorry. Okay, please come in. What has changed? The moment you introduced the name. So she said, that was my mother.
Yeah.
You just need to mention her name. And everybody fears. She said, now here I am with a person we have to build our own reputation.
Yeah.
I can't continue relying on my mother's name. I sent her on a strange homework. Go become personal with your mom. Meet in another environment away from home.
Yeah.
Just invite your mom for lunch or for coffee, for a ride, something vulnerable, something personal. Congratulate her for how much she did to cover the ground.
Yeah.
Until you never saw. I have never seen my mother's relationship. I don't know whether she has feelings. I would mention that I have a boy And she'll say, oh, I know you'll figure it out. She will say, I know you will figure. My mother, I don't know how people say their parents policed them. Far from policing me, even if I try to report myself, she would return me to myself. I know you figure it out. And mom is gone.
Wow.
She said the way mom trusted me made me fear. If I mess up, how will I face her?
Yeah.
So I sent her to go and ask her how she managed her struggles so perfectly. She has struggles. Every human being has struggles.
Yeah.
Just ask her, Mom, how did you manage so well? I never saw you those down moments and when you were broke. She said, and next time she was coming, she said, imagine she admitted she even took loans at some point. She needed space to cry with her friends. She needed space to just breaking down. But she said, I can't let my children see me breaking down. When the father walked out, the children would despair in life.
Look at that.
You know?
Yeah.
She said, I had to fill the gap for you guys.
Yeah.
I couldn't let myself fall down when the other one already left. That's why I never remarried, because I could not trust myself to balance the marriage and parenting.
Yeah.
I said I will consider it when you guys have left.
Yeah.
By the time you're leaving, I'm too old. You don't have energy for that.
Yeah.
So she said, I had not seen the human side of mom. And she said, I had a friend, I could see therapists, I had coaches. She said, you see, this is my coach. When I start business, we would discuss. Sometimes we suffer losses. This one here, I had counselors, I had friends who talk. I had church. I was very active to make sure I have place I can sing, pray, and believe God. It was not all glorious, but I had to be there for two people, and I'm alone.
Yeah.
So I advise single mothers today: don't hide your struggle side. It does not mean you're threatening the children. You're preparing them for life. Tell them the business I started has gone down. I'm a little bit stressed. Let me sleep early today.
Yeah.
That is enough information to let them know businesses go down.
Yeah.
You do feel stress and you can sleep early to deal with it. You know, I don't have appetite today. I had some flu. I think it's all about the stress from work.
Yeah.
Things are not very good, but we manage. We are believing God. It's important to let them peak, to see slightly, so that when they meet struggles, they'll not be shocked, thinking they're weak.
Yeah.
And she said that balance her so much. Now she can understand when the husband says the business didn't go well. Because there before, he appeared too weak. My mother managed. Why are you failing every day? These men. Now I know why my mother never needed them. No! You just have the wrong side of the story.
Yeah.
Your mother too had failures. She just didn't show you the failures.
That is true.
And do you remember that car we had, double cabin, that suddenly disappeared? The bank took it away. It was a loan I could not manage. Oh, me, I thought you just changed and then you brought the smaller. I took the smaller one from a more friendly creditor so that you have a car to be taken to school.
Yeah.
I could not risk you to. I could not trust the school bus. It was not consistent.
Yeah.
And in any case, then that logbook was not in my name for a long time. It was in the name of your uncle.
Yeah.
Because I wanted him to do taxi. It was a barter trade. I'll give you the car, do taxi, pick my child every day. Make sure they are safe. When I'm away, when I'm out of town, and all that. It was not entirely ours. No. Later on, I helped him buy his own. Then this one transferred.
Yeah.
But for a long time, I was managing the situation. Now, if I tell you that when you're 5 years old, and you already know I'm struggling on my own, you would have been depressed. I needed to cover the ground. So, super responsible parents also leave gaps. Irresponsible parents leave gaps.
Yeah.
A balanced parent is very rare to find.
Yeah.
Who shows you life to prepare you in a balanced manner. We have wins and losses. It's all about overall score.
Yeah.
Winners also have lost some battles. The guy who wins the league is very rare to find undefeated season.
Yeah, true.
One coach said maintaining undefeated season is very difficult because it has pressure.
Yeah.
Just two kinds of pressure, not only to win but to avoid losing any game.
Yes.
She said it helps when you lose a game early on. You have avoided the pressure of being undefeated.
That's true.
So you win by overall. This is to say, couples who have longevity, have practiced the art of resting in trust, which is very difficult, especially if you're coming from an environment where you have no reference point.
Wow.
And you tell me how many minutes you have. Can I talk one more?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
One more point about couples who last in the long run.
Yeah.
They are each other's greatest cheerleader. I know they told you are marrying a wife to support you. It looks like it's centering around you.
Yeah. That is how it looks like.
If you take it on the surface, it's not good for a man to be alone.
Yeah.
Or make him a helper suitable for him. If you stop there, small knowledge is very dangerous. It shows you only one side. It appears like marriage is all about you now.
Yeah.
You're being brought companion because it's not for you to be alone. The companion should be suitable for you. It's all about you. And religious dictators usually pick those selective.
Yes.
Those that are facing on one side.
Yeah.
They go and pick another wife, submit to the husband, and they don't go to say the wife's to love
Exactly.
the wife. They don't go ahead to submit one to each other. They pick selectively. The real complete picture of marriage is where the man is picture of Christ. Christ who sanctifies the church, and he dies for the church. Yes, she's coming to help you, but after you become a team, you're going. In fact, your holiness can make your wife safe from diseases and attacks. Your sanctified lifestyle, your dedicated lifestyle, the vows you live by, the way you walk in the world can keep your family safe.
Wow.
The biggest sacrifice is on the man to die to his ego, to put his family first, put his wife first, make her be better, push her forward, help her expand, listen to her, validate her, support her. And I was telling you in another show that you need to know your wife so well that you can trust her against the whole world.
Exactly.
That I want that girl to be happy and to fly. I imagine her in best houses, best clothes, best shoes, best things. When I see something good, I imagine how she would look good in it.
Yeah.
When you're doing that for her and she's doing that for you, you are her biggest cheerleader. When people are stressing her, you fight for her, defend her. When you're doing that for her, she's doing that for you. That couple is inseparable and it has longevity for all time.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Benjamin. Powerful. I do believe that, my dear listener, you've learned a thing or two. But most importantly, Benjamin, all these details are found in the copies that you've written.
Yes.
How can they get in touch with you?
So I have books, 3 books, and my contact is 0701-299-333 or Benjamin Zulu Global on all social media platforms.
This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heartmans. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life,